I'm Jeff Gorman, running for Congress. We all want excellent schools, roads, and safety from crime. Yet who is talking about the ever-increasing price of meat, milk, and gasoline? The fuel for the flames of inflation is government debt, paying people not to work. Send me to Congress and I will cut the deficit.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jimmy Panetta, and I'm a candidate to be the United States Representative for the new 19th Congressional District in California. Currently, I'm the U.S. Representative for the 20th Congressional District, which covers most of the Central Coast of California, the place that I've always called home.
Self-reliance is an American value I hold dear as a core personal principle. We love our ambulance, fire, and police officers, but when an emergency happens, will you remember your first aid? It may take 20 minutes or more for a first responder to arrive at the scene. Are you able to protect yourself and your family for that amount of time? Yet there is more to it. The America I know and love is full of good people who are also self-governing. They know what's best for themselves, their kids, and their community. We don't need Washington or Sacramento telling us what to eat or how far we can drive. Self-reliance is needed to make limited government work. So I would say that is one of my key personal values.
The way that I was raised in my family on the Central Coast, it's always been about hard work and giving back. From growing up on a walnut ranch that my Italian immigrant grandfather planted, to my athletics in high school, to my academics in college and law school, from my time as a narcotics prosecutor in Oakland and as a gang prosecutor in Salinas, to my service as a naval intelligence officer who served in the war in Afghanistan, and now as a United States representative who serves the people of the Central Coast. I've always found it necessary to work hard to fulfill my responsibility. There's a lot of smart people out there. I think we all know that. But it's that combination of hard work, common sense, and that sense of service that really has allowed me to live up to my duties, to understand the issues, to give back to my community, and to fulfill the obligations of living in our democracy. Major infrastructure investment will directly help our local businesses and our economy. Now, coming out of the pandemic, we're still in a demand economy. That's why investing in our infrastructure will help lower gas and food prices, bolster our productivity, and boost our supply. With the passing of the recent infrastructure bill, there will be funding for shovel-ready projects for our roads, our bridges, our broadband, water project, ports, and wildfire prevention. As a federal representative, it's my job to work with you so that we get our fair share of that federal funding. We also got to help people get back to work with an enhanced child tax credit and the earned income tax credit. And we need more workers, and we can do that with legal immigration. Yes, we must secure our border, but we also must protect our domestic essential workers who are already here and streamline our visa system to make it easier for people to come here and, yes, to work here.
The productivity of Americans is not dependent on Congress. This is a great country, not because of the government, but almost in spite of it. The number one thing Congress could do to unleash the American economy is get out of the way, particularly on the environment. We all love clean air and clean water, but if our regulations are so tough that businesses are shutting down and moving production to China, we have it wrong. For example, this area is wonderful for beef production, but where are all our leather goods made? We are exporting the hides to places with less labor and environmental standards and leaving Americans jobless. Like Congress needs to balance the budget, we need to balance the business environment to keep America productive. We here in the Golden State have a golden opportunity to end 20 years of one-party rule and policies that are leading to poverty, homelessness, and are failing our children. As I said earlier, we Americans can handle ourselves. We must rise up, vote, and send to Washington and Sacramento representatives who will push back on unfunded mandates, heavy-handed and arbitrary rules, which are stifling our economy. A new class of representative is needed to better balance the budget, be honest with the American people, and keep government focused on its core mission. For Congress, that means national security, especially at the border, balancing the budget, and making sure American production is not handicapped by out-of-date, unwarranted regulations. Vote for me, Jeff Gorman, and I will do those things.
I've represented the Central Coast in Congress for the past 5.5 years. I've been honored to serve on the Ways and Means Committee, the Agricultural Committee, and the Armed Services Committee. If I'm again honored to serve the Central Coast as its federal representative, I'll continue to be on those committees so that I can continue my fight for tax credits to help us pivot to clean energy and clean transportation, for our agriculture, especially our vineyards in the upcoming 2023 Farm Bill, with funding for research, crop insurance, and for rural development, for increasing trade by reducing international trade barriers, and for our small businesses by preserving the 199A deduction so that you can continue to flourish. Moreover, I've proven that I will work with anyone who will further our values on the Central Coast.
Most people assume their gas tax money goes to roads and bridges, essential to modern transit. However, huge allocations of federal money go not to roads, but to public transit, which are built on subsidies, are generally underused, and operate at a 75% or more loss each year. Then there's California's gas tax and the lesser known cap and trade. Much of these funds go to environmental projects, and these projects may be fine, but we must not be fooled. Our gas taxes do not go to make our roads better. You see the state of our roads. You know California has the highest gas taxes in America. As your congressman, I will push to make sure our money goes where it is intended to go, infrastructure.
As the federal representative for the Central Coast, I've been able to deliver federal funding for our local infrastructure. This year alone, I fought for and delivered millions for a flood project in Pajaro Valley, for an affordable housing project in Soquel, for the replacement of a major sewer line in San Juan Bautista, for the replacement of 27,000 water meters in Santa Cruz, for the construction of a pedestrian trail in Watsonville, for roads and pedestrian safety in downtown King City, for rural broadband, and for wildfire prevention. This week, I've submitted requests for similar federal investments in our local communities. And next year, if I'm fortunate to be elected to represent the new 19th, I'll continue my fight so that this type of federal investment is made not just in northern San Luis Obispo County, but throughout the Central Coast.